Have you ever viewed the Proverbs 31 woman as a woman of valor? Well, after today's episode, you will. We're talking about the vision we are called to as seekers of God's will, and about this awesome word, valor. We're thrilled that you're here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hello there, I'm Christine James.
And I'm Jocelyn DeWitt. And here's the thing. The God who created all the earth did not call you, set you apart, anoint you, and create you to live an ordinary life. He called you to live an extraordinary one.
Now, Jocelyn and I, we don't have PhDs. We don't have mega ministries. We're just two anointed ladies oversharing about living devoted in the dailies. Welcome to the conversation.
This is Devoted in the Daily.
Hello, welcome to today's episode of Devoted in the Daily, and we're going from A to Z this season.
And today we're hitting on V.
And it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's going to be fun.
Good stuff today.
We got some good stuff.
Pretty excited.
Our first thing that we like to dive into is our faves.
Our favorites. And so we've got a handful of favorite things that start with V.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your first favorite?
How about these vibrant flowers that I got yesterday?
You guys, I can't, this whole room, I walked and said, what is that smell? And then I looked over and look at them. Look at that right there. Look at that. Some of you are not on YouTube, but I'm telling you, these things are stunning.
Stunning. And
they're voluptuous is my V word for them.
Came from a neighbor's yard.
She was blessed and highly favored.
My son brought them to me out of her yard yesterday. Be still my heart.
Teaching him well in the way he should go. But
I squealed.
I
straight up squealed.
Just beautiful.
I'm telling you, the peonies.
Voluptuous, vibrant. What was the other word you said?
I don't know.
Anyways, those are my two V words for them. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's one of our V's. Another V that I love is vacations.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just a given.
Yeah.
That's just a given. I like to venture onto vacation. I like ventures.
You know what I like is a variety of things. I like variety.
I never even thought about that, but that is so true.
Right?
That's a good one.
Like, I don't like the same thing happening every day. It's nice to have a variety.
Yeah. I like a good variety.
But I do like routine.
And we learned that you don't like unorganized things. Spaces. Yeah. So don't put that in kind of variety into her life.
No clutter.
No clutter. I really like victories. Feeling victorious.
Of course.
Not just the victory though. I like to when you actually, when you feel victorious. Mm-hmm. That's a different kind of thing than just having a victory. It's like,
I don't know. I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Well, they do, but I think when you feel victorious, it clings to you. You just it does something in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Verbal communication is nice.
Whoa.
Right?
That you're hitting some left fielders today. I like that one.
Sometimes can you just verbally communicate what you are meaning?
Valuable. That is so valuable. There's a V word for you. That's some valuable.
Yep.
Yeah. We love.
And this is maybe one of my favorites, honestly. Validation.
Yeah. I think we all like some validation. I think everybody likes validation.
To be validated at times.
Mm-hmm.
You matter. Your
things.
Thoughts matter. Even if it's not right,
I think even
I don't know.
Even validating somebody in like a job that they did.
Yeah.
Or a project that they're doing. Just validating them by encouragement or pat on the back.
Yes, please.
Just I see you. You know what I mean? Sometimes we want our hurt to be validated a little bit so that we don't feel so crazy. Yeah. Not like over validated, not like victim place.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just wanted somebody to say, like, that must be hard.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Okay, so my favorite food that starts with a V, period, is vanilla. Hands down. If I said this one time, I said, if you really know me, you know that I love vanilla. Which, did you know I love vanilla? Did you know I love vanilla powder?
I think I did.
You did know that. Vanilla powder is like a gold mine. It's
I think I did know that.
It was like vanilla bean. Like, we're gonna eat vanilla ice cream. Let's eat vanilla bean ice cream.
Okay.
I just love vanilla.
I think we've probably talked enough about our favorites.
Probably not vanilla candles though. I had to drop that.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
That was weird, huh?
Next segment, we are going to go into what we're thinking.
Here we go. Okay, we're jumping in. What are we thinking? We are thinking about view.
Views. Like,
not like views,
vision,
like your thoughts,
right? Our vision and our view.
Yes. Like view.
Yeah. So we decided on doing this, and I I wonder if I have any thoughts in my computer on my Google Drive already written up about vision. And so I did a little search, and I found a little piece I wrote that was probably
When did you
from
write it?
Airplane. I have no idea. There's no date on it. I don't know.
And it doesn't really work with your Google Drive because they're like, oh, the last time you looked at it, you don't actually know when you wrote it.
That was silly. I'm going to have to start noting.
Yeah, writing the date.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but I think it was probably from while I was up in the airplane.
Yeah.
Because it's called View from the Plane. So I'm just going to share it as we dig into this topic. All right. View from the plane. The anticipation for the landing, the reunion, the arrival. From one world to the next, one time zone to another. It makes one reflect on moving from one chapter of life to the next. The process of transition, of travel, can be exhausting, boring, stressful, and adventurous. Beautiful, fun, romantic, breathtakingly gorgeous. The process, the transition, almost like the view from an airplane window. The details of the landscape seem unclear, yet you can see the magnificent creator has done something glorious. Even when the ground is blocked by cloud cover, the wondrous beauty is undeniable. Trust that the master creator has created a masterpiece of your life as well. The hills and valleys, the streams of tears and soils of pain create forests of life. Forests that contribute air, giving sustenance to the eternal story. What if we use the perspective from that seat in the heavenly realms we've been so graciously given? Oh, that I wouldn't get caught up in the anxiety of details, the melancholy of the mundane. Oh, that the celebration of all the depths of life would be my song.
I tell you what.
The view from a plane.
The view from a plane. It's so good because how many of us are in a place of transition right now? I think we're always in a place of transition.
Sometimes
and some levels.
Yeah.
It's sometimes, yeah. And man, do you need a view to be able to push you through the transition?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but if I'm in a place of transition, which I am right now, and we all, I have to keep my eyes so focused in the spirit, like you wrote down, on out there and not how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Not how I feel.
Well, in Ephesians, it says that we are seated in the heavenly realms.
Yes.
So if we can keep that perspective from the heavenlies, we are sitting with Christ in the heavenlies.
Yes.
And we can see from that perspective as we move forward in life.
Yep.
And if we can utilize that vision, that view that we've been given.
Yes.
It just kind of alters our experience, right?
It 100% alters your experience, and it allows you to run the race with perseverance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to see the finish line, in the spirit, in your heart and in your mind, and let the Lord put it there so that you can move.
Right.
So you can walk, so you can get to where you're going. Sometimes just the vision and the view of where you have right now.
Yeah.
But the view of what you have right now does not always match the vision that you see coming.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of the Israelites, right?
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about that.
The Israelites, then when they escaped Egypt, they had this beautiful, like, talk about transition, right?
I mean, they're like the epitome of example for us.
Right.
Of so many things.
But I mean, they had this incredible deliverance with power and glory that God displayed.
Miraculous. Like miracle after miracle.
Right?
Yeah.
Such an incredible deliverance story.
Yeah.
And then they get out into the desert and they are on their way.
Yeah.
On this journey. And then there are some things. There's some vision blockers that came in.
Yes. They got distracted.
That's one of those vision blockers is distraction.
Yeah, with complaining and idols, and they just didn't have what they thought they were going to have, and it started taking
expectations.
Yeah, thank you. You said it. There was expectations. Do you know what I mean? And something that I really believe that we were supposed to take from this lesson is that sometimes you're in places like that. You're in vulnerability. You're in pressure so that you will go. Like it will create like a drive in you to keep persevering and like get on the right path. And that we all have that in our lives. We're like, we are vulnerable. There is pressure in our lives and we have two choices. It's literally like two choices: to lean on comfortability and our fleshly idols and like what we just know, or to step into the unknown, venture into places that you don't understand, and you have to throw off your understanding. You have to throw off your expectations, and you have to put on dependence, right? On a new level. And I love this about the Israelites because they taught us this lesson. Do you know?
I mean, that journey was supposed to be like, it's a 14-day journey, 2 weeks.
Minimal. Like
walking.
I mean, yeah. It was a blip in the big time.
Took them 40 years.
40 years. Generations were born during that time.
40 years in this process where they got so distracted and also comfortable, right? They got comfortable in the desert. Like they're getting manna and they decided to just settle on the manna instead of keeping that vision of meat. Like God had this beautiful land for them to settle in.
I know. They literally had to just persevere and venture forward into the vision that God had for them. In vulnerability, like they were going to have to be vulnerable and be uncomfortable and press forward, and they chose not to.
Yeah.
And you imagine and then here's the other thing that I want to say. Sometimes when we settle in that way, we hurt the vision for other people. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of overspilled. Like you think about how many people there were, and some of them had that vision. Like they were going to press on and they were going to make it, right? But then you start getting comfortable and then you start leaning on other people and you start kind of overspilling your lack,
of drive
and vision. And you start just looking at the ground and look at your view that you just see right now. And you don't actually pick up the vision that Christ has for you. And then you start allowing other people to feel discouraged. And there is more purpose than what is just in your life. Like, we're called to do it together.
Well, and here, and that's like another thing too, is another blocker is this resistance that we come against, right? We get so comfortable that when we come up against resistance, we're not willing to press through that because we don't have the vision to get us through. Right. So like when the 12 spies went into the promised land and came out, right? Everybody had such a lack of vision that they didn't want to deal with the resistance of going in and conquering.
They had settled.
They totally had settled.
Yes.
And poor Caleb.
Oh my gosh. I know. Sometimes do you feel like a Caleb?
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, people are looking at me like I'm crazy all
the time. But that's because, and there are Calebs, like God has put a vision in you and had said, you are the one, lead it. Let's go. And he will keep it in you no matter, right? It's by the grace of God. I don't even know. And dependence on God and fight. Like there's this vigorous fight inside of him to like, we are going to take it.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, in Numbers 14:24, he talks about, God says, for Caleb, though, it's a different matter.
Mm-hmm.
He's distinct from the others by having a different spirit and has followed my lead wholeheartedly.
Amen.
I will make sure that he is able to enter the land and live in it, he and his descendants after him.
Like, that's a
Because he had vision and drive.
Yeah, and he kept his view on what God wanted him to keep his view on,
Yep.
not on what he could see in front of him. And so I think that's it's such a big point for us to shift our viewpoint and to know that if you're in a place of pressure and vulnerability, God usually allows those things so that you will ask for bigger vision. So you will ask for deeper vision, greater understanding. Like, it's a pressure for a reason. It's not
and
just
you
making you
find,
fall.
like, oftentimes I feel like what I've learned is that people don't change unless the pain is hard, is bad enough. You know, like, it's like we get so comfortable in our mediocre or our, even in the pain. We get comfortable in the pain, and it needs to get bad enough.
Yep.
We need to get uncomfortable enough that the pain of change is worth it.
Right. The fear,
change and changing things, it's painful.
Well, and I think there's a fear, you know,
yeah.
Like I was comfortable in my anxiety because guess what? I had control over my anxiety. I knew how to do things with my anxiety. I knew how to go places. I knew that it would keep me comfortable and keep me safe. It was a control issue for me and a fear issue. Like, I don't know what it feels like to not have this. I don't know what it feels like to go into places where I don't have something kind of crippling me to tell me, you know what I mean?
To feel victorious as you walk into it.
Yeah, like I didn't know. And then that revealed like a lack of trust, a lack of faith, places in my life where I had made my own strength an idol. And so we have to be willing to really go there, to have deeper vision and to persevere and walk into places. It's a stripping. Let's just be real. It is a stripping. But asking God to give you eyes to see, asking God to give you a view and vision for the future and for his perfect will, you'll come in line with it. But we have to be seeking that. We have to be willing and walking in humility. And brave. Yeah.
And I mean, he works in our weakness.
Yeah. Oh,
that's the thing, right?
And we want to glorify him, not ourselves.
I mean, and that's the vision that Caleb had. Like, these were giants. They were giants.
Unseen. They'd never seen him before.
And everybody was scared, but he's like, no, we're going to take the land. God said so.
Could you imagine holding on to that for 40 years?
Man, I totally identify with Caleb so much. Like, you guys.
It's come.
We have so this is going to lead us right into our next one.
Okay. Amen.
Our next segment.
Ready, go.
Okay, we're going into our discussion now, and our devoted discussion, and I'm just really excited about this. This is like my, I feel like it's like my life message, part of it.
I love that.
It goes right into my whole, what God is like, I don't know, stirred in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's part of your vision for your life, for your call. Yeah.
Okay, so the word we're going to tackle here is valor.
Oh, boy.
Jocelyn really didn't like...
She didn't like
it. Didn't really smell what I was cooking when I said...
That was a good way to put it.
Valor.
And I was like, okay. And and she said it to me weeks ago. And so I was like, yeah, okay. But I know that this is part of her call. So I was just going to support her. Like, this is part of her vision. This is part of what God has put in her. She's just going to represent and bring it forward. And then she gave me new insight as to what valor is and how she sees it and how she understands it. And I didn't know this. I'd never been taught it this way. And so I hope that it's a sweet treat for you, just as it was for me.
Okay. Did you know? I mean, we, as the whole believer community and the church community, we talk about this Proverbs 31 woman, right? She is the ideal woman we want to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about the Proverbs 31 woman.
I could just think about how so many people are like, huh? Just like I was like this too. It's okay. Stick with us.
Okay. Let's see. In Proverbs 31, it says, "Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies."
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this word virtuous. Did you even know that this word is also translated into valor?
Didn't know that.
Who can find a wife of valor? Valor means great courage in the face of danger, especially in battle. It means boldness or determination in facing great danger, especially in battle. Heroic courage, bravery. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when people have given, like my whole mind's been shifted. I don't know why I never got this before, but I never did. And I'm guessing I'm not the only one. When somebody says you are a virtuous woman, they don't.
Well, I think
It means many things.
virtuous, I feel like it means something a little different than valor.
Right.
And so the way that they translated the word is interesting, right?
Yeah.
But here's a commentary and that says, he calls this woman the valiant wife and notes that the virtuous wife is translated as the excellent wife of Proverbs 12:14. The term is also applied to men, right?
Mhm.
We've Jocelyn was saying how she always applied that word to men.
Always, yeah.
It's applied to men and translated mighty men of valor in 2 Kings 24:14, and competent men in Genesis 47:6, able men in Exodus 18:21.
Mm-hmm.
This virtuous woman is a woman of power and strength. A strong or virtuous wife full of mental energy is what one commentary said. Mental energy.
Mental energy.
The vocabulary and the expressions in general have the ring of an ode to a champion. What this woman has did not simply fall to her, you guys. You know, there's all of these virtues, all of these accomplishments.
It didn't just come upon them.
Yeah, that this woman has. It didn't fall to her.
No.
It's her victory through wisdom, her hard-won reward. The battle or military allusions are many. Many. This woman is a victorious woman.
Yes.
She's not some.
Yeah. It's like
barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen sort of view. Now, I feel like the thing is, but I feel like being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen is a valiant thing to accomplish. You know,
it so is.
But
it is
painted like this.
Yeah, mundane, lazy, boring. It's like not very valuable,
almost like in just this servant, almost sort of.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
view.
It's
that
not
is kind of given to a woman, this virtuous woman, that we're supposed to just kind of be this servant, I suppose.
Yes.
Yet in that, there's so much more.
So much more. There's so much more. If you really dig in, and I love that we're digging into Proverbs 31 because it's a misconception. We thought like Proverbs 31 was like this quintessential woman, right? And so she's in their home and she's barefoot, pregnant, doing the dishes, baking all the things. And we didn't really grasp what the word actually meant. Now, I didn't know valor meant into this, so that's what blew my mind. But I love that we're digging into Proverbs 31 because we've got to shift our understanding of what the Proverbs 31 woman is, because that's who God has called us to be. Yeah. And it doesn't just mean you're barefoot, baking your own bread, homeschooling your kids, and just wearing an apron. That's not what that means. Having babies.
Though if that's what God has called you to do, you can, like, that's a hard thing to conquer.
Hard.
I did it for years.
It's hard. We're not discounting that at all.
pregnant in the kitchen and pregnant and nursing for 7 years straight.
Amen, Sister Ditto. It's a time.
And I'm sorry. I did a lot of wrestling and I killed a lot of demons in that season of my life. I just know I did.
Right.
So I'm not saying that's, I don't know.
100%.
You know what? Yeah.
But I mean, for those who aren't called, you know what I mean? So we're always feeling like, well, I'm not that.
Right.
No, we are shifting. We pray that we are shifting your perspective by giving you the truth of how amazing the Proverbs 31 woman actually is, you know, in all the V's. Valor, victorious, mighty,
Yeah.
you know, virtuous. Oh man, virtuous.
Proverbs 31:17 says she girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. So the word strength in Proverbs 31:17 is used in other places for great and heroic victories.
Heroic victories.
Okay, this is cool. Proverbs 31:11 says the heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. Okay. The word gain here,
I love this,
is actually the word for plunder. Okay, so plunder is, you know, what armies will take from what they've just conquered, right? So in my mind, it's this vision of a woman will go out and conquer and bring in lots of goods, and the husband will not lack. The family will not lack. You know?
Yes, that makes sense.
And this can mean, I feel like this is a total, for me anyway, in my heart. Yeah, and it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100% spiritual thing.
Like,
because it kind of feels like you go into your enemy's camp and you take back what is yours.
Take back what is yours.
That's what it's reminding me of.
Or you take from, like, we know who our enemy is.
Yeah.
We know that he is a deceiver. And we know that he comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yes.
And we are called to go forth and conquer those lies and to bring in the truth.
Yes, exactly.
And to go take what is ours, right? We go back to the territory episode.
Right.
We take the territory back
by force.
And in that, there's plunder that will come back to us.
All of that peace, that joy, you know, the lack of content, like all of those things, those fruits and those blessings that the Lord wants us to have spiritually, you know, relationally in our home, how we can keep our home. Yeah, you just go back and you take it and you bring it back and you just say, this is mine. And then you safeguard it.
Yeah.
Because you have victory over it. Yeah, I love that. Spiritually, just go and take it back.
Take it back. Ladies, take it back. We've got this.
Yes. Then you got to walk it out.
Yeah.
Which, because she has the victory and has the capability, because she's a virtuous woman and feels, right?
Yeah.
That empowerment, she can walk that out.
Absolutely.
Yes. With valor.
With valor. She's got strength.
And courage. I just love that. I love that we related valor to the Proverbs 31 woman.
Yep.
It's sweet to me.
Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. The expression excel them all in Proverbs 31:29 is an expression that signifies victory. Yeah. I just think, you know, we got to remember, though, that it's a journey, right? And strength comes when we get up after a fall.
Right. And you had said it before, is she's victorious because she's fought it. She's victorious. She has this ground. She is this woman because she had to go through much. Do you know? So if you are somebody who is going through much, the victory is yours. Keep your vision and your viewpoint like on point for taking that victory and walking in who God has created you to be, with valor, with like virtue.
I don't know. The word hot mess keeps coming to mind. And I feel like, you know, in life, there's often like, we just feel like a hot mess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can just feel like a hot mess.
Yeah.
And actually in that, like, it's okay to feel like a hot mess and to still remember, no, we have a victory. A victory is ours. We're fighting this life from a place of victory. It's already been given to us. So and we can feel like a hot mess and know the truth that we're a victor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You might be just a hot mess for right now, but you're still victorious. Like in the moment.
And I feel like
You know.
even just choosing to believe that in the moment is a victory.
Oh, yeah. I had a mind shift moment this week, just like that. I had to literally go,
yeah.
I'm a disaster, but I am victorious. And I have to speak that truth over myself. Like, I am a conqueror. I am courageous. I am strong. I am able. Right?
Yeah.
And we have to speak that over ourselves. So
and it's
I love that you said that word.
And God is not talking about perfection in this Proverbs. Like this Proverbs 31 woman, you know that she's like messed up a few times. If she's able to,
how'd she learn and how'd she get there?
The risks, like, you know, it talks about her being a businesswoman and serving and making things. How do she, if she's learned to make things for her home? I'm sure she's made a few things that didn't look so great.
Because victory doesn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the thing we forget sometimes is victory is won. It's not just put upon us.
We're you know, looking for progress. We're
not perfection.
Yeah. We're just
ain't no perfect woman out here.
Yeah.
No.
Just a woman of valor has the courage to just press on.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's okay to be afraid while we're doing it, right? Courage does not mean a lack of fear. It means doing it afraid.
Right. And independence.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the other thing is she's victorious because she was dependent on Christ. She's victorious because of him. She's not sitting here.
Yeah.
You know, that's where she won her victory. She won her victory by being humble, by walking in faith, by taking risks and knowing who her defender is, who her strength is, who her first, you know, husband is. It's Christ.
Yeah.
So.
And she does serve, right? Talks about how she serves.
Yeah.
So anyway, valor.
Valor it is.
Women of valor and men out there. This is who you're looking for, right?
Amen.
This is who you're looking for. Yeah. All right.
Okay. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
So glad that you joined us today. Thanks so much for joining us today. Would you like this podcast or video so it can reach more people? We would really love it if you shared it and hit subscribed. And if you're on YouTube, will you leave a comment? Or on a podcast platform, a review? It would just be so great to hear from you. Now, you can catch Jocelyn almost daily on the socials for buckets of great encouragement in little doses. Find her at Buckets of Berries on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, Train in Truth is an online platform that has a ton of free resources for your body, soul, and spirit. You can hop on anytime the web app and create an account to start exploring. You can also book Christine to speak or craft a spoken word piece for your next event. Find the link in the show details. It's with so much gratitude we pray that you will be filled with the knowledge of His will, bearing fruit and being strengthened with endurance and joy. Godspeed, friend.